Good morning, everyone. Just the recorded portion of the lesson of the portion that we covered on Saturday, and we start from line number 346 with Graciano opening up a second Daniel, a Daniel Jew. So look now how Graciano is irritating Shylock, using Shylock's own word to assault Shylock, to make fun of him. And now, infidel, non-Christian, I have thee on the hip, I have you in a corner under my control. And Portia says, why doth the Jew pause? Take thy forfeiture. And Shylock says, give me my principal and let me go. And Bassanio is ready, I have it ready. Here it is. And Portia says, he hath refused it in the open court. He shall have merely justice and his bond. And Graciano says, Daniel, still I say, a second Daniel, I thank the Jew for teaching the word. Remember the two holds we have already done, blood and the weight. And we are proceeding towards another hold, the third hold. And look at this, shall I not have barely my principal? And Portia says, thou shalt have nothing but the forfeiture. To be taken so at thy peril. And Shylock says, why then? The devil give him good of it, I'll stay no longer question. I'll stay no longer question, argue. And Portia says, tarry Jew. The law hath yet another hold on you. It is enacted in the laws of Venice, if it is proved against an alien, against an foreigner, that by direct or indirect means he is attempting to take the life of a citizen, what happens to that foreigner? Half his wealth goes to the person against who he doth contrive. Another half goes to the privy coffer, the state coffer. And the life of the offender lies at the mercy of the Duke, beyond all voices, beyond all appeals. In which predicament, danger, situation you are in now? For it appears by manifest proceedings that indirectly and directly too, that you have contrived and plotted against the life of the defendant over there, and had thus incurred the danger formerly stated by me. Down therefore, beg mercy. And Graciano says, beg thou mayst have leave to hang thyself. And look at the irony, now that your wealth has been forfeited, you do not have money to even buy a cord, and therefore you should be hanged at the expense of the state. And Duke says, thou shalt see the difference of our spirit. The spirit of a Christian and the spirit of a Jew. He says, I pardon thee thy life before thou ask for it, and half thy wealth, it is Antonio's, and the other half that comes to the general state, which humbleness, if you ask for forgiveness, I shall give it back. And Portia says, for the state, not for Antonio. And Shylock, look at his love for wealth. Shylock says, nay, take my life and all. Pardon not that. You take away my house when you take the prop that supports it, the pillar that supports it. Similarly, you take away my life when you actually take away the means, the money whereby I live. Portia says, what mercy can you render him, Antonio? And Graciano's request, a halter gratis. Nothing else, Antonio, nothing else. So please, my lord, the Duke and all the court to quit the fine. That is one. Quit the fine, remit the fine. Don't take the fine. Number two, he will let me have the other half in use to render it upon his death unto the gentleman that lately stole his daughter. So the one half I keep. But I shall give that to the gentleman who stole his daughter. Who's the gentleman under question here? The gentleman over here is Lorenzo. Further, two things more, that for this good deed that he becomes a Christian, and he records a gift that the other half that is still with Shylock shall be given to Lorenzo and his daughter after his death. After his death, along with all other possessions. And Duke says, he shall do it, or else I will pardon. I will recant that pardon, take back that pardon. And Portia says, art thou contented, Jew? Shylock says, I am. Nothing else. And Portia says, clerk, draw a deed of gift. And Shylock says, I pray you give me leave to go home from hence. I am not well. Send the deed after me, and I will sign it and get thee gone, but do it. And Greshenio says, in christening shall thou have two godfathers. That is basically the rule when you are baptized or converted to a Christian, that you are given two godfathers who will take care of you in case anything happens to your natural parents. But according to Greshenio, had he been the judge, had I been the judge, I would have given you 10 more. That is 10 plus 2. That is 12. Comprising a jury. A system in the judicial hierarchy of UK whereby decisions are taken wide majority. I'm sorry for the delay. So had I been the judge, I would have given you 10 more, so 12. Not to take you to the font, not to take you to the chapel for conversion, but to take you to the gallows for hanging. And Duke says, sir, I entreat you home with for dinner. And Portia says, I humbly do desire your grace. Pardon, I must away this night towards Padua. She needs to go to Belmont before Bassanio, before Gratiano arrives there. And Portia, Duke says, I'm sorry that your leisure serves you not. Antonio, gratify, reward this gentleman. For in my mind you are much bound to him. And Bassanio says, most worthy gentleman, I and my friend have by your wisdom been this day acquitted of grievous penalty, serious crimes, grievous, acquitted, proved innocent of serious penalties of serious crimes, for which they say they are willing to give 3,000 ducats that was due unto the Jew. And not only that, and Antonio says, above that, we shall stand grateful to you for saving our life. And Portia says, he is well paid, that is well satisfied. A person who is well satisfied considers himself well paid. And according to Portia, being well satisfied, she considers herself to be well paid. Also, she says her mind was never mercenary, never greedy for any more. She has only one request, and that is basically the humor kept for Act 5. And the request is, please know me when we meet again. I wish you well, and so I take my leave. Thank you so much. This much for today. I hope to continue this Act 4 by the next day so that we can continue with a story or a poem, whatever. Please continue to do your work. Please continue to stay indoors. the situation does not appear is not so rosy, especially in Darjeeling, with the new Delta variant creating a lot of problems. So take care, stay indoors. Thank you so much.